Hi there, welcome back to my channel. This is Sam from thekeeperathome.com, and today we're going to be talking about baby must-haves. All right, so I made a list of my top baby must-haves. We had our last baby this past April, and we got to revisit the whole baby stage and the newborn stage, and that was always a lot of fun. And now I'm going to make a list of the things that we really use this time around. And things have changed from the time when we first became parents to now our fourth baby. We like different things now, and we found out that we use less things now than when we first had our first son. So here goes. What we still use and we still need is a car seat. We've gone through about 3 or 4 different brands of car seats. The newest car seat we've bought is the Uppa Baby Mesa. We really like it. We find that it's the most lightweight out of all the brands we've owned. We like the look of it too. It's very sleek looking and it's really functional. The way you adjust for the height and the weight of the baby, it's just so easy to use compared to some of the other ones that I don't know why they always just don't seem to adjust the right way. This one we really like. The thing we definitely like the most about it is how light it is. It is so lightweight. That was probably the biggest sell point. And we weren't looking to buy this specific car seat. It just happened to come with our stroller, which is the second item I'm going to talk about, and that is our Uppa Baby Vista. We have the Uppa Baby Vista double stroller, and we love it. It is awesome. We bought it this time around after going again through several other brands of strollers. We have 4 kids. They're heavy, and some of them you just couldn't steer right, like with all the kids in it. And that's another thing I really liked about this one. It was the fact that you could really put 3 kids in there. When I'm out by myself, I'm usually wearing the baby, and the other 3 older kids can be in the stroller because you add a little board on the back and then your older child can stand on it. So that was a big, huge plus for me. It is pricey, but I personally think it was worth it. I think it was worth the expense. And if it is something you're interested in, it's a nicer stroller. I think it goes a long way. I mean, you're gonna have it for a long time. And that way I don't have to also store a single stroller somewhere. You know, this one does it all. All right, so the next item in my baby list is the pack and play. If you're undecided on a crib, a bassinet, you know, what are you gonna do with your baby, co-sleeping, you know, pack and play is actually a really cheap way to fix that problem. Space-wise, that's the only thing that fits in our room. That's not like a bassinet where my baby outgrows it in 2-3 months and then I'm kind of strapped for where I'm going to put this baby, which I don't want to put him in with his big brothers yet. We use a pack and play. We've used it. We've had the same pack and play since we had our first son. So this pack and play has lasted us a long time and it's still going. It's not broken or anything. So we're still using it. That's where our current baby's sleeping. It was really an inexpensive fix for us. We didn't have a lot of money for a crib the first time around, and that's where my first son slept in. And then along those big items, I guess it would be a rocker. And I don't mean like a Mamaroo or anything like that. We actually avoid things that make noise in our house. We have 4 boys. It is loud in here. I mean, it is hard to find even where to film because it is always so loud in our house. So what we use is actually a little, almost like a rocking chair instead of a bouncy seat. I just find that my kids like it better. They're easier for them to play with. The bouncer, they have a hard time actually bouncing in it. But the rocking, they can actually rock it really easily themselves. And it keeps them going for sometimes quite a bit when I'm cooking or cleaning and I don't want to be wearing them because they get heavy. So we really like that. Another big ticket item for us at least, or for me, that it's important is a nice diaper bag. You're going to be wearing this thing almost all the time. So you want it to look good and like it and that it's functional. I've gone through so many diaper bags, cheap ones, not so cheap ones. I still actually have not found something that I just absolutely love and recommend to everybody, but I do have 2 Skip Hop diaper bags and they've lasted me, you know, 2 or 3 years now. They're not very pretty anymore, but they're still in good functional condition. Not the cheapest, I will say. They're not the cheapest, but they've lasted me the longest with the least problems. Another big ticket item that has become essential for me and it was new to me this time around is a woven wrap. I never really baby wore my kids too much. I find that I wear them more and more the more kids I have. So my first one barely ever got worn. I never even had a wrap or anything. And then my second one, we got the Moby wrap. And then we used the Moby wrap for my third. And we actually ended up getting a ring sling just because it was easier for me to get him in and out of it. And then came my fourth, we still had the ring sling, but we had a big baby this time around. He was born at over 9 pounds. So my back really hurt. So I ended up buying a woven wrap and they are a little pricey. They are an investment, but out of all my baby wearing gear, which I will admit I'm a little bit of a hoarder. If I had to pick, like my husband said, you have to get rid of everything else. I would pick my wrap. It does sit all, like I can put my baby in there since they're newborns, and you can wear your baby in your back. I've never tried because my baby's not old enough, but we'll check back on that. But it is the most comfortable once you learn how to use it. It does have the highest learning curve, but once you know how to use it, it is, to me, is the best one. My last big ticket item, or items that kind of eat a lot of your budget when you're buying things for your baby, would be cloth diapers. All these items to me are investments. So this is another area where I would invest some money if you have it. And it doesn't have to be a lot. I know some people have $800, $900 stash of cloth diapers. That's kind of ridiculous for me, but to each their own. And I would just invest in a nice, decent size stash and just do your research, see what you like, see what you think you might use. For me, functionality and something that was easy to wash was at the top of my list. And then price, obviously, was probably the third. I was concerned for price because, we set our budget and I couldn't go past it. But I also didn't want to end up with something I hated and I wasn't going to use. That was like the top of my list when it came to cloth diapers. Was it easy to use and was it easy to wash? Now that we are finished with the big ticket items, let's do baby buys under $50. So all these items, I believe they're under $50 and they're items that I really like to have on hand. So number one is clothes. I would actually wait to see what you get in your baby shower before you go shopping because you're going to end up with so much baby clothes. But if you are still looking to fill in the gaps, I really recommend for a newborn onesies, little footed pajamas, those little sleepers. And I really like the baby gowns, the ones that are open on the bottom for overnight. Not only do they accommodate the big, huge, bulky diaper, because we use cloth diapers, but it's just easier to change them. You're not messing with buttons or anything like that. And those are pretty much the three things you need for a newborn, honestly. All the other stuff is extra, all the little cute outfits that are so cute, but then it takes you an hour to put them on, and the baby hates it, and you end up putting a onesie back on. So that's what I recommend. And the brand I recommend is actually Burt's Bees. That's the brand we tried this time. I bought a couple of their items for a newborn. I had a lot of clothes, like I said, but I always buy them like one or two little new things. And we really like them. Their cotton's really soft and they're organic cotton and they're actually not super pricey. Our next item under $50 is going to be diaper rash cream. You can make your own. I've had before, but I have 4 kids and sometimes I just don't have time and it's easier to have something on hand. And the one I like, I believe it's called Babu or something. I'll link it below. I'll link everything below. That one always works for us. My kids don't get too many rashes, but sometimes when they are very new, just wearing the diaper gives them a little bit of irritation, any diaper, because their skin is just so new. And that one just really works really well, and it works well with our cloth diapers, and it actually gets rid of the irritation. And the next one is a nose Frida. All right, so this item, I gotta admit, this item used to give me the creeps. When I first heard about it, I remember I was at Bye Bye Baby with my husband. We were doing our registry for our first baby. And the lady was like, you must have this nose Frida. It is amazing. And we're like, so what is it? And she told us that it was essentially it's a booger sucker. You put one into your mouth and the other to your baby's nose and like a vacuum, you suck out their boogers. And we were like, that sounds disgusting. No, thank you. So we didn't buy it and we didn't register for it. And we totally regretted it when our baby had his first cold, because the little suction things they give you in the hospital, or you can buy them in other safety first, whatever little packages. Yeah, those were hard to use. I feel like I was going to poke him way too far in or poke his eye because he kept crying and moving, and it just was hard to clean. I mean, how do you clean those things? You just got to throw them away. We ended up going in the middle of the night to a pharmacy to buy a nose Frida. So buy a nose Frida. Don't be a snob like I was. The next thing also along baby care is going to be Dr. Bronner's. Dr. Bronner's is the does it all in one soap, and we pretty much use it for everything around here. I make hand wash out of it. Sometimes I even do my dishes with it. I don't prefer it to do my dishes with, but I'll use it for that. But I definitely use it for our body and my kids, especially. I make them a little wash, and the baby gets washed in that too. It's just really simple to make, and you can actually just use the straight Dr. Bronner's. I just like to dilute it because it lasts longer. And we are down to the last item that I really think it's a must-have, and that is a nursing cover. Not everybody will agree with this. I like to be covered when I'm nursing and I'm not at home. I even like to be covered sometimes when I'm nursing at home because I have 3 older boys. So the nursing cover I really like is one of those nice stretchy covers that just cover everything. They cover your backside, they cover your front side, and the baby can't wiggle out of them as they get older, because some of them, at least my boys, would always be able to pull off and then I mean, why am I even wearing this nursing cover for? So that's another item I really, really like, and that specific nursing cover. And again, I'll link everything below. I actually got most of my stuff on Amazon, so there you go. You don't have to go pandemic shopping. Oh, and I forgot one item. Muslim blankets. Everybody raves about them, and I rave about them too. Again, we live somewhere where it's hot, so heavy blankets don't do anything for us. I mean, it's just too hot for them. Year round. We live in South Florida. It's always hot. We really like the Muslim blankets. Sometimes when I forget the nursing cover, I throw that on. My kids like to sleep with them still. You know, they're nice and soft. And the brand we really liked this time around was, I believe, Nature's Own. I have to look it up, and I'll link it below. I don't remember. I should have checked, but my baby's sleeping and I'm not about to go wake him up. All right, and there you have it. Those are my top baby items. It is a very simple, straightforward list. It doesn't have a lot. We don't need a lot. We have 4 kids, so we don't have room for a lot. That's what fits our lifestyle, and I really hope you find something that fits yours. I hope you found this helpful, and thank you for watching.